With the 2019-2020 NCAA football season fastly approaching, many teams such as the Oklahoma Sooners, led by former Alabama Crimson Tide quarterback Jalen Hurts, the Georgia Bulldogs led by Jake Fromm, last year's runner-up Alabama Crimson Tide led by Tua Tagovailoa, and of course, last year's NCAA champion Clemson Tigers, led by Trevor Lawrence, are all in search for an NCAA championship that they can call their own. However,
honestly, guys, I'll just be happy with maybe a 2-win season. Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to this NCAA 14 rebuild. We're here at the Create a Coach menu, and first off, we could easily just put myself into the game, but we have selected Tim Tebow here to be our head coach, and there's a special reason why we've selected Tim Tebow. As you can see, we've kind of attempted to make him look as Tim Tebow-y as possible. Obviously put the alma mater as Florida. Gonna go ahead and continue, and I'll see you guys when we get to our little team menu. We'll meet the team, we'll check out the schedule and the settings to the rebuild. Alright, guys, so the first thing I want to go ahead and show off is the settings to our rebuild here. We're going to be rocking on Heisman difficulty. We're going to have injuries and fatigue both on. I'm going to raise our game time or quarter length up to 7 minutes a quarter. Play clock is going to be on normal, same with game speed. We're going to have our player minimum speed threshold at 45 because we do want those faster players to be faster, slower players to be slower. Home field advantage are going to be on, and same with icing the kicker. Game rules, not going to do anything there. For the sliders, I'm going to keep them at 50 right now. However, if we do need to make changes in the future, we'll go ahead and adjust as is. We're going to have our starting coach level at level 1 because we do want to start off with at least one upgrade. I think that would be a little bit fair since we're not just starting with a scrub of a coach. But again, I don't want to give our head coach 20 upgrade points because I don't seem that to be fair. So we're just going to give him 1, and we'll have a normal coach level progression rate. Alright, guys, here we are in our coaching upgrades. As you can see at top left, that you can see that logo. You may not know what it is. You may do know what it is, but if you don't, it's kind of a little bit of a spoiler, but we're not going to talk about it until we, like I said, get to the team select or the team menu. We're going to throw our first upgrade into scouting because scouting is going to be a very important part of this rebuild. We want to go ahead and throw our defensive. I'm going to throw it into road close. That way we get that extra bit of block shedding. And then for our offensive coordinator, let's go ahead and throw it into up tempo. That way when our players get hit, they don't get as injured as fast. So we're going to go ahead and keep those upgrades. And let's go. Alright, guys, here we are at the depth chart for this roster. As you can see, we're called North Florida, and our mascot is going to be the Ospreys. I really don't know what an Osprey is. But here we are. We're going to check out the depth chart. We're looking at our quarterbacks right now. We have a 70, 69, and a 66 overall quarterback. Atari Joseph is going to be our 70. Jakari Martinez is our 69. And Jamar Brown is going to be our 66. Go ahead and taking a look at their speed. Atari Joseph is the clear-cut, faster quarterback out of all of them with a 79 speed compared to a 59 and a 57. But we do want to go up here to throwing and throw power. So looking at throw power, it's Atari Joseph with a 75, 77 for both Jakari Martinez and Jamar Brown. The throw accuracy is going to be 77 for Joseph, 79 and 76. So from those ratings initially, we're gonna definitely keep Atari Joseph, our freshman quarterback, at We're going to keep him at the starting position. He looks like a really decent quarterback who we may keep. So quarterback is probably not going to be a position we heavily recruit into. However, if we do get maybe like the top quarterback or top 2 quarterback, we will definitely pick him up. Go ahead and taking a look at the running back situation. We have our junior, 80 overall, Tyson Whitmore. He's an 83 speed. Senior, Lynn Osborne, 90 speed. Stacy Everson, 86, 85, 91. Going ahead, looking at the strengths, I may put Lynn Osborne in over Tyson Whitmore for the fact that he is faster and stronger. However, that agility isn't as good, but it's only by 2. Acceleration is where Whitmore has Osborne beat. And they're both upperclassmen. Yeah, so we may look into getting another running back. But then again, our freshman, he's a 61 overall. But our sophomore, Stacy Everson, is a 70. So we're kind of good on that position. We only have one fullback, senior Gerald High, 62 overall. Not really going to be using a fullback. Maybe be using him for a 3rd down situation, 4th down situation, depending on the playbook. Going ahead and checking our wide receiver is where you start to see the lack of talent that this team has. Kyle Weaver, 68. Kenyon McDowell, 67 for Bradley Conception. Brennan McDaniel, 66, Victor Rice, 65, and everyone is worse. Our fastest wide receiver is OJ Statford, a junior. Our best catcher is going to be, checking it out, Brennan McDowell. So, looking at this, the guys who we had in the beginning, Kenyon Weaver, McDowell, Conception, and McDaniel are all going to be probably our main receivers. Looking at what year they are, we have a lot of upperclassmen. We have 1 sophomore and 1 freshman, so wide receiver is definitely going to be a position we're going to be looking for. Taking a look at tight ends, we have 1 freshman, but he's a 51 overall. And we have our senior, Marlon Crenshaw, who's a 66 overall. Tight end, again, a position we need. Senior left tackle, 70 overall. Our next best guy up is going to be a sophomore with 58 overall. Just going through the line, we don't have anybody who's good. We have a 55 guy. We may move over one of these right tackles to right guard. Taking a look at the defensive side, Arthur Coley is our 69 overall left end. Right end, we have Timmy Fernando, sophomore. So right end may be a position we may not have to look for immediately. Taking a look at the defensive tackles, we have a 68 sophomore, a 74 sophomore, 64 sophomore, a 61 junior, and the rest of these guys are never going to see the field unless somebody gets hurt. Defensive tackle, I can see a need for it, but not an urgent need. Taking a look at our middle line, or our linebacker situation. Geez, English is a tough language, isn't it? We have Dante Daly, 72 overall junior, out of Oxford, Ohio. Sophomore, 69. Left outside linebacker is again a position we do need. However, if we can't find a left outside linebacker, should be good for the season. Taking a look at our middle linebacker, we have a 64 overall freshman and a 66 overall junior. Middle linebacker is definitely a position I heavily recruit all the time because it's what I use her. So we're definitely going to try to get a better one this year. Taking a look at our right outside linebacker, 72 overall, Darius Trengen. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Junior, 72 overall. He's decent, so it doesn't look like right outside linebacker is going to be a position we're going to be heavily scouting this year. Taking a look at cornerback, our best player is a senior, freshman, 60 overall. Julius Justice will be our 4th string cornerback, and everyone else is about to graduate. So cornerback is a heavily needed position. Free safety, junior, 78, 76. May move one of these guys over to the strong safety. Let's take a look. Definitely going to move one over to strong safety. 69 overall and 58 overall. Both of them are, we have a lower classman and an upperclassman. Kickers, 72 overall sophomore. Should be good on the kicker. And a 78 overall punter. Checking out the overall team. While our punter's our 3rd best player. This is a team who has some talent on it, but not too much talent. So we are definitely going to struggle against better teams. I'd say we win, depending on our schedule, we could win anywhere from 2 to 6 games. Speaking of schedule, here we are at the schedule. Let's check it out. Bye week 1. Then we go to Pittsburgh, Open, Navy. Then we have put ourselves in the Sun Belt Conference. We will face Western Kentucky, Georgia State, South Alabama, Troy. We have New Mexico State on the schedule, at Idaho, Texas State, ULM, Louisiana, Lafayette, bye week, and then Arkansas State. This seems like a pretty pedestrian schedule, so I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of changes. Pittsburgh, we could definitely have a tougher opponent. Let's definitely go with Alabama. Navy, the first home game of the season, we definitely want to win that, so let's go ahead and torture ourselves a little by giving us Georgia's available. Let's go with them. We'll keep New Mexico State on there, and we will throw in let's throw in a little bit of a better of a team than Idaho. Well, I'll say UTEP. I want to face UTEP. I'm sorry, I know of UTEP. Let's throw in UTEP and NMSU. So this is how our new schedule is going to be. We're going to have a bye week 1, Alabama, another bye week, Georgia, Western Kentucky, the rest of the conference games, then New Mexico State, UTEP, and we will finish out the conference then. We don't have a conference championship week since there aren't that many teams in the Sun Belt. We don't have 2 separate divisions. We just have whoever has the better record wins the conference. Alright guys, go ahead and taking a look at our recruiting board. I already got it set up. We have majority of the positions that we needed. Most of them, a majority of them, we lead them, meaning they had a high interest in joining. But around here, we start throwing in a couple of athletes who had, or wide receivers, defensive tackle, and athletes who had a low lock percentage, like 12%, I think was for all of these guys. So I'm going to go ahead and scout them and hoping that that low lock percentage stays that way and we have a chance of getting a really high star of an athlete, so 5-star athlete, stuff like that. Let's go ahead and start scouting all of these guys. We do only have one scouting update, so we are only going to be getting 25%. Taking a look, that's a little disappointing. Nobody really standing out yet. Colin Letter jumped up 2 from a 72 to a 74, 91 speed, man coverage at 84. That's a really good corner that we could use. We're 4th on his list. Middle linebacker, again, I really hope can get one of these middle linebackers. B speed, B acceleration, a 91 speed for, or a 91 acceleration, I should say, for Melvin Tyler. Go ahead, we're at the top of his list. Going ahead, continuing with our scouting. Fullback, 3 overall, 83 speed, not bad. Athlete, has a, let's see, this is not break tackle, spin moves, which is catch grade. See, catching, this could be a running back or a wide receiver, depending on where scouts go. 96 acceleration, man coverage, so this guy is definitely cornerback, free safety, safety. He's going to be playing in the secondary if we get him. Wide receiver with 94 speed, another wide receiver, 88 excel, goes down on the break tackle. Checking out defensive tackle, 77 hit power. Gonna go ahead and screw that up. Let's go down. We have 3 more guys to scout out. Sean White, wide receiver, 88 excel, 74 ball carrier vision, 80 agility. He went up 2 overalls. Athlete Jason Haynes went up 3 overall, agility of 86, speed of 90, 92. His catching is at 74, zone coverage at 85. His man coverage is a B. This guy could play both sides of the ball. He can either be a wide receiver or free safety, whatever we need, if we get him though. Taking a look at Sam Myrick, 84 excel, 82 stamina. His catching goes down to a 67, route running 65, zone coverage of 82. So this guy definitely is going to be in the secondary again if we get him, because these are the higher rated athletes / wide receivers that aren't even interested in our college. Okay, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and I really don't want to redshirt anybody just yet. So we're going to go ahead, advance into the regular season, and I will see you guys in week 1. All right, here we are in week 1. Of course, this is our bye week, so we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and look at our recruiting, see who is interested, who's not interested, and do some scouting and maybe offer some guys some scholarships. Colin Leonard, the cornerback, 74 overall. He's going to stay at a 74. 81 zone coverage to go along with his 84 man coverage. His press went to 74. Really good guy. I believe we're 3rd for him. Let me see this. We're 4th. So we're definitely... I'm going to throw him 500 for now. Go ahead and take a look at our middle linebackers. This is our highest overall, so I do want to scout him first before anyone. He has a 91 acceleration, 66 man coverage, hit power of 71. Taking a look at Anthony Martin. Ooh, he jumps up to a 68 overall. And we didn't scout any of the other guys. So we're going to go ahead and scout Melvin Tyler. Jumps up to a 70 overall, block shedding of 76, power move 66, 91 acceleration. So I really do like Anthony Martin. Not Anthony Martin. Kyle Stevens, his acceleration is also at a 91. Melvin Tyler, 70 overall. Gonna go throw him 500. And Kyler Stevens, we're going to throw 500 just for now. May take it back if we see somebody we really do like. Ooh, Tyler Stovall, one of the guys who we're in the lead for currently. Outside linebacker, we do need a right outside linebacker. It is 88 acceleration, 71 jumps, 75 pursuit, 72 block shed, 71 man, and a 70 zone. Really like him, especially on the defense. Gonna throw him the 500. I do want to see the highest rated guys, the guys that we had no clue if we're getting. So we're gonna go ahead and options overall. So we scouted defensive tackle Justin Brandt. It's going to go back down to an 80 with an 80 block shed, 60 speed, 77 acceleration. Really good. Throw him the 500. Where are we on the scouting? We're 8th. We're not that far behind. We're only 540 behind. Taking a look at Jason Haynes. This is going to be our wide receiver or free safety, whichever we choose. He's going to stay at 80 overall. His spec catch went down to a 79. Finesse moves at 34. Return to the 64. He's not a quarterback. Has a 79 jump, throwing him the 500. Actually, let's check his top schools. 580 behind. He's still at a 12%. Dylan Manning, still at a 12%. We're only 600 behind. He is one of the wide receivers we checked out. He has a 94 speed. Hopefully we unlock the acceleration right now. And we do. He has a 93 excel. 71 catch in traffic though. Fast wide receiver. Gonna give him that 500 just because we're so close. Taking a look at Frank Green, the athlete, 5-star, 12% locked still, 500 away from Alabama. Checking that scout, he has a 96 excel, play rec of 75, so he's definitely going to stay in the secondary. 95 speed, 79 zone, 500. Sean White, wide receiver. Checking a look at his top schools. We are 680 behind, but he's still at a 12% lock. So we are going to use some of that scouting. Hopefully we get his speed. We don't. His carrying's at an 84, catching 77, catching traffic 72, 500. We don't have any more points. Go ahead and check out the middle linebacker situation. This is what I mean. Alright, so we're going to take 50 away from Kyle Stevens. And we're going to go back into the all positions. And Sam Myrick, one of the wide receivers, we are 9th, 905 away. So I'm not going to throw any recruiting points into him. Is this another 5-star wide receiver that I put on the board? It is. We are currently 575th. I'm not going to throw him any points. We do have a lot of points on positions that we need. We currently have the lead for John Jones. JUCO. We did scout him. Good. We do need a defensive tackle. Going ahead and he goes down. We are in the lead. I'm not gonna do too much about that. 72 overall. Cedric Stallings. We're losing him. I want to go to I want to check out the tackles. Cedric Stallings. We just saw we're second place for Alabama. JUCO guard Andy Powell, 74 overall. We're in the lead currently, but slightly above Miami. In the lead for Chris Heron. And alright, so I'm gonna go up to our middle linebacker, and I'm gonna take 500. All of that and give it into the who's the better player? Yeah, throw the rest into Cedric Stallings. And that's going to be it for week 1. Really exciting. We'll come back to recruiting once we hit week 2. And we will play the game against Alabama, who's ranked number 1. We're back in week 2, and first thing to see is Alabama is now number 8 in the nation after they lost. Who did they play? Top stories. Clemson is number 1. Well, Clemson beat Georgia, so that explains something. Who did Alabama lose to? That's not a top story? Why is that not a top story? Why is that not a top story? That makes no sense to me. So, Alabama is currently number 8. They lost to Virginia Tech. Okay, they lost to Virginia Tech. Alright, yeah, they are now 16th. Nice. And then, of course, Georgia lost to Clemson. Well, I guess welcome to the NCAA, right? Here we go. Go back to recruiting. We got 600 points to play around with. Definitely going to check out the... Let's go by overall. These guys. Jason Hayes. He definitely does not want to come here anymore. 22% lock. I have to offer him a scholarship to have a chance. Let's check out the rest of the guys before we do it. We are 270 behind the cut. He's at 25%. Gonna have to offer him a scholarship if we want to catch up. Frank Green. We are 2nd. We are right behind Alabama. He is our athlete who can do it all. Or, he's not. Who's our athlete that could do it all? Is that Jason Haynes? It is Jason Haynes. He's our secondary guy. He has a really good secondary. He's a really good speed. Gonna go ahead and scout him a little bit more since we are gonna offer him a scholarship for sure because we are right there, nibbling at Alabama's feet. Dylan Manning, number 1 wide receiver in the nation. We're 1,000 behind, so we're gonna go ahead and just take him off the list. I usually, if I'm 1,000 behind, I take them off the list. 40. I just said 40. Okay. Colin Leonard. This is our cornerback that we have so highly scouted. He's the 91 speed. Oh. And that's why everyone's offering him a scholarship. We're in 2nd place right now, so definitely going to offer him a scholarship and do a little bit of scouting while we're doing that. Stays at a 74 overall. Hit power does go down. Strength at a 45, but we don't need him for his strength. Cedric Stallings. Mississippi State. We are 2nd. We do have some points that we can give you. They didn't offer you a scholarship, and you don't look like you're ready to visit, so we're going to offer you that scholarship right there. Scout you out a little bit. You stay at a 73. Let's bump you up to a 500. Tyler Stovall, the outside linebacker. 2nd place behind USF. Going to go ahead and scout you out. Stay at a 71 overall. So that means we are going to go ahead and offer you that scholarship. Looking at Melvin Tyler, we are in the lead. He is the 70 overall middle linebacker, but he goes down to a 68. But that's okay because he has an amazing speed and a decent man end zone coverage. I don't mind the overalls for middle linebackers because I use them. For Kyle Stevens, the other middle linebacker, checking him out. 83 speed. That officially makes him faster than Kyle Stevens, and he's a better overall. So, back up to 50, 450, drop you down to 400 because we still have some things to do. Sorry, I did not believe in you, buddy. Here's a scholarship. And I believe that's it for recruiting. Good job. All right. Great job in recruiting. A couple of guys we may get rid of. Jason Haynes, Justin Brandt, Sean White. Did we offer him a scholarship? We'd have no more points for it. But we may lose him next week. I don't. Cedric Stallings. Yeah, he has the 500. So we're just going to keep it at that for now. Let's go ahead and jump into this first game against the number 8 team in the nation now, after a Week 1 loss to Virginia Tech. Alabama. Alright, what's up guys? I wanted to go ahead and take a second and stop the video right here because while I'm editing it, I did notice that we are running at 30 minutes. So I'm going to stop the video here. I really appreciate you guys for watching. This is the first video I'm posting. So next one will obviously be the game against Alabama. Definitely not looking forward to it, but I hope you guys had a great time checking out the team. And I hope you have a great one, and I will see you in the next video.